Now some of you drive demons out not only by your lifestyle, but you drive them out by your worship. Because you're willing to worship God. Satan does not understand this mystery of worship, and I'll explain it to you in just a few moments. Let me help you understand this for just a few moments, and if you don't like me anymore, I'll still say it again. The truth of the matter is that what he does in this text, at his highest hour of stress, he blesses the name of God despite what he's going through. I want to share something with you. If you can learn to bless God in the inferno of your greatest frustration, in the most intense hour, if you can make up in your mind, sink or swim, creep or crawl, live or die, despite what I'm going through, yet will I become a worshiper. I'm going to worship him by presenting my body a living sacrifice. When pastor need me, I'm going to be committed to the church. I'm not going to allow what I'm going through to affect my commitment to the service of God. I'm not going to allow what I'm experiencing in my body or what I'm dealing with in my finances or how I'm sieged in at a late night situation. I yet will give God praise. I will not let my money being funny, my change being strained, dealing with heartaches and pain. I will not let the stress that comes at me by day or the stress that comes at me by night to distract me from my position. And guess what? Where I am, I'm still going to give God a praise. If you ever want to confuse the devil, I tell you to bless God in the midst of what you're going through. I tell you at the worst hour, when it got as bad as it can ever get, when you're as sick as you can ever be, when you are just broke as you can ever be, broken emotionally, broken socially, broken financially, broken situationally, that you'll tell God, I bless you anyhow. The devil don't understand your praise in crazy situation. He don't understand how you can bless God when hell is going on and they're talking crazy, talking your life. If there was ever a time that God looks for praise, he looks for it there. The devil's trying to figure out, I thought I'd get you with my best shot. And you give him praise, don't you know it scares the devil. He can't figure out where you're coming from. Watch this. One of the greatest things that the devil does, that if you ever want to confuse you, you let the enemy hit you with his best punch, and you do like this.
All right.
What? That's all you got? So he jabs at you. Again. What? I bless the Lord at all times. His praises shall continue to be in my mouth.
Yeah.
I'll worship the Lord. Great is the Lord and greatly to be praised. Yeah. The cities are like God, and the mountain of his holiness. Beautiful for situations. The joy of the earth, horrible. Here's Mount Zion on the side of the north, the city of the great king. You begin to tell him how great thou art. 'Tis so sweet to trust in Jesus. I need thee. Oh, I need thee. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved the rest. A charge to keep I have. Father, I stretch my hand to thee. No other help I know. He does not understand. See, when the enemy does not understand, when his attack does not seem prudent, he switches his plan. If the weed and feed that you're using don't get rid of the weeds, then you switch weed and feed. Let me say like that. What the devil don't understand is when you give him an opposite expression for the current suppression that you're facing in life. It means he got to change up his game.
Yes,
Watch what he does. Listen, he worships in a crazy place, but he sends up prayer and praise at the highest level and the most hopeless hour. At the point where he's tilting by, when he remembers yesterday of being beaten, but tomorrow when he broadcasts of a future being in the same place. Sometimes your greatest frustration is not where you are, but it's knowing that you're going to still be there tomorrow. But what he does is, in the center point of yesterday, in the center point of the presence of tomorrow, he gives the highest praise that he can. See, what God wants you to do is in the highest area of your infernal frustration, True praise in the presence of great attack. Let me show you what it does. The text says, and an earthquake came and it shook the foundation. If you want to shake the foundation of what you're going through, I dare you to give God praise in a crazy situation, in the most intense time of it. Because what happens is your praise shakes the foundation of everything that held you, everything that had you, everything that was grabbing you. It'll shake the foundation of your divorce. It'll shake the foundation of your jacked up house. It'll shake the foundation of your economics. It'll shake the foundation of your emotional trauma or your psychosomatic issues. It'll shake the foundation of everything that ever had you. Because guess what? The devil literally gets all guilty with your praise under crazy situations. And so you got to find a different approach. Because the foundation, now get this. When the foundation is shaken, the next thing happens is the chains are set free. There are some things, because you were in prison, had you bound. Let me say that. Because you were in the prison of brokenness, depression had you bound. But the text says that in the presence of it, the chains are set free. You got to understand that there's some chains in your life that the devil didn't think, but get this, I will rejoice if I was the only one got set free. But everything that is connected to me will get set free when I get set free. Baby, Pookie Wookie, and everybody on my block, everything associated with me will get delivered when I get delivered. My children and my children's children gonna get delivered. My children and my children's children gonna get delivered when I get delivered. Something happens. Because when the chains get set free, something happens in the text. Watch what happens in the text. The God that put them in the check and the change. Now, watch this. He goes from being the situational majority to being the situational minority. You can see. Let me show you. He was once in charge. But your praise shook the foundation. And because the foundation was shook, now guess what? Your shackles were free. Yes, sir. And now because your shackles are free, he was once the majority. Now because as long as everybody in the jail was bound, they were the potential majority, situationally and systematically bound. Oh, let me help you. They were great, but limited. You'll get it tomorrow. But for the first time in their life, now the card or the table has flipped. Perfect praise in the midst of your situation will flip the tables on what you're going through. And what was a minority will now be the majority. God will give you the upper hand on the folks that thought you were in no position to talk to them. The very same folks that put you in a jacked up situation and lock you up against your will and allowed you to be taken advantage of and beat against customs that made the decision to manifest unfair treatment against you and allowed you to be where you are. He says, I'm going to flip the page, and guess what? The folks that, guess what? That hurt you will now need you. Watch the text. Because what happens in the text is the man pulls out his sword, gets ready to kill himself. And the man of God has to say, do yourself no harm. We are still here.